Hi, everyone. This is Tracy, and I want to invite you. Hello, everyone. Tracy here again, and I want to take this time to invite you to the virtual scavenger hunt that Tracy Media is sponsoring. The virtual scavenger hunt will be held September the 3rd, 2022, and the cost is $15. And where does that $15 go, you ask? Well, it goes to getting me much needed equipment. I am trying to buy a second laptop so that I can start sharing videos on my live stream. And of course, laptops are super expensive. I wish I had enough money saved to just buy it, but I need your help. Our goal is to raise about $295 with me putting the rest in so I can buy the laptop that I want, which I'm pricing around $400, and I'm hoping that's enough. But anyway, the virtual scavenger hunt is going to be so much fun. The way it basically works is I'll have a list of a few items that I want you to go around in the house to find. It'll be right there, the comfort of your own home. And we'll have a prize, and that will be if you win the virtual scavenger hunt, Tracy Media will send you a $25 gift card, a Visa gift card, so that you can buy whatever you want. And we'll have some other fun things that we'll do while we're at the virtual scavenger hunt. And remember, it's September the 3rd, 2022. It starts at 6 p.m. And the link is in the description section. And I'll be playing this every time I have a video because my goal is to have at least 20 people at the scavenger hunt. I really need your support, and I appreciate those who are supporting me already. I appreciate you. You don't know how much happiness it brings me to know that I have people who literally have my back. And so I appreciate all of your support. But I want to invite those who haven't financially support my channel to do so. And like I said, that event will be having the virtual scavenger hunt. It's going to be fantastic. We hope to see you there. And like I said, you'll be seeing this commercial quite a bit, so you might as well get used to it. The link to the scavenger hunt is in the description section. We'll see you later and have a fantastic day.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tracy's Top 5, because 10 is too many. I'm joined by Marlon and I'm joined by Theas today for my discussion. And before I get everything started, I want to remind you the Patreon is the only ones that are going to see this video in its entirety. So if you're not a Patreon, please consider being one so you can see this video and other Patreon exclusive things there. The portion you see on Facebook, please remember to like it, share it. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'm still looking at 100. And September the 3rd, 2022 is the virtual scavenger hunt. Tickets are just $15. Looking to sell 50 tickets, hopefully. And once we hit 50, I will stop. So today's topic is going to be interesting. It's the top worst 5 presidents of my lifetime. There have been 10 total presidents since I was born. There was Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, the other guy, and then now Joe Biden. Those 10 have held the office of president. Because I can't, he's not on the list because what was I expecting from you? Like, you wasn't going to do nothing, and you pretty much, once you said drink bleach, yeah, that brain was working.
I'm sorry, you said he's not on the list?
He's not on the list. And Biden is not on the list either, because Biden hasn't had a full term yet. So I was like, I can't put him on the list. Although I deeply thought about it, I'm like, no, because he still technically has 2 years to correct some things. So I was like, I'm not going to put him on the list. But Trump, oh no, he was exactly what I thought he was going to be. He even exceeded my low expectations of what he was going to do or not do. Yeah, I'm like, yep, you did everything I thought.
And
Terrible.
Just to clarify, these are the five worst presidents.
Five worst.
In your lifetime.
Yes.
Okay.
And 2 I ditched because they were terrible, but they pretty much are hitting everything that I thought made them terrible. So number 5, and these you probably you weren't even born when this guy was president, Gerald Ford. Oh, Gerald Ford, dude. Besides the tripping over everything, literally everything, he poorly managed the gasoline crisis of the 70s. And Marlon, you may remember it, but there was a big gas, like people were lining up in droves.
Inflation was sky high.
Yeah, inflation was sky high, and it was just like.
And it was the time of the credit union crisis as well.
Yeah. He did a poor job managing all of those things. Literally, if you had a dictionary and you wanted to look up a picture or something, and the definition of I don't know what I'm doing, Gerald Ford would just be right there, because I'm like, oh gosh, no wonder you got beat by Jimmy Carter. My goodness. Oh, and of course he pardoned Nixon, also didn't make the list because, to be honest, I was an infant when he was president. No, I was just literally 8 months old. So yeah, I was 8 months old. Nixon resigned in August of 74. I was born in January.
Are we doing the top 5 semi-worst presidents? Because you took out 3 people that's just like, you seriously need to be on this list. That's the worst.
Richard Nixon can't be on the list because I was only 8 months old. So I remember nothing about his presidency. Like literally
this
nothing.
Is worst 5 presidents you remember.
Yeah, like mostly that I remember. Presidents. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4, Father Bush. Oh my gosh. Where do I start at on George H.W., war criminal, CIA, picked Dan Quayle as his running mate? Where do I start at? Like, I don't even know where to start about like how terrible he actually, what I do. You picked Dan Quayle as your running mate on purpose. Why? Just why? Oh, and the whole CIA thing he did was terrible. But why Dan Quayle? Just why?
You know, the only thing I remember from Father Bush, not a doggone thing. That was the most boringest years of a presidency I have ever lived through.
Desert Shield?
Yeah, Desert Storm. I thought that's what it was.
No, it was Shield.
Yeah, that's right. It was Shield. The eclipse was Storm. Oh my gosh. I'm like
Iran Contra.
Yep, and Points of Life. You don't remember that with Barbara Bush, and she had, and everybody.
Read my lips.
No new taxes, and then he raised them.
I just thought the whole thing was boring as crap.
Oh, he was, yeah.
He was terrible. But the worst, the glitches part was Dan Quayle was his running mate. Like if something had happened to him, thank goodness it didn't, Dan Quayle would have been president of the United States. You know how scary that is? Y'all don't realize that's scary. the man that, well, I'm not gonna get on Dan Quill and why he put that E on the end of potato and there was no S following it. I'll just let it go. Number three. I am on number three. Number three, I struggled with number three because I didn't like the presidency of this person, but the person is really smart, and that's Bill Clinton. He got 2 terms, which, okay, that's an accomplishment. He's incredibly smart. But NAFTA? No, not NAFTA and TP, the P plan. I never get that plan right. But that plan, those 2 things, oh, and the welfare reform bill and the crime bill and the you can't put bankrupt. He passed a lot of terrible bills, that he signed his name to, a lot of them. And I'm like,
I got 99-cent gas, so sorry.
That's all you care about is 99 cents gas? Oh,
I mean, let's not start inserting like linear thought to this whole thing, because
I got 99-cent gas. I can fill my tank up with $5. I'm good.
Wow, you didn't even care. He literally signed the crime bill, one of the worst things, and it's still having effect to this day. Like, it hasn't been overturned.
The same crime bill that the Black community was fighting for.
I don't know why we was fighting for that, because that's this. I'm like, yeah, this is terrible. It's gonna put more of us in jail.
Is anyone interested in why we fought for it?
It was a setup.
I mean,
I thought they were complaining, saying, "Hey, crime is out of hand. We got to do something about it."
That's what I'm saying. It's I don't like the 94 crime bill. You guys know where I stand on that. But I also don't like a historical context. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the crime bill was jacked up, but we were also begging for it because our babies were being killed in the streets by our babies over drugs and colors and corners and turf. So it's and everything in America is done like last minute in a hurry. So no one really planned out what comes next. They were just looking at how much money can I make and how can I make this go away real fast. And then here we go.
And it's still haven't affected that. But NAFTA, you cannot excuse NAFTA.
NAFTA wasn't that bad.
Oh my gosh, I think we're going, oh, no, wait a minute. You're talking about the bill that pretty much destroyed American-made goods wasn't bad.
No, it did.
What?
Corporate greed did that, not NAFTA.
NAFTA was terrible.
NAFTA wasn't a perfect bill, but to blame it
was terrible. Like all parts of NAFTA. Even then I knew, I'm like, this is terrible.
The American economy grew by amazing terms for all the demographics in the country during the late 80s through the mid 90s to early 2000s. That is owed in great part to NAFTA. The problem with NAFTA is there weren't controls there to protect labor. So ultimately it ended up eating it out from the bottom. Yeah. But it was not a bad bill. The problem is our economy, our corporate structure is trash. So it was us as in the corporations that decide, you know what? Instead of hiring Americans, I'm just gonna send everything to Mexico.
Y'all or Vietnam or China or
right. So in and of itself,
it's the equivalent of trying to blame the housing market on Bush. And even I remember that. It was like, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. I understand you trying to build the housing market up. I applaud you for that. But your credit can suck. You don't have to speak English. You don't even have to be in this country long enough. And you get a house. And what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, it's the whole thing of where we even when we know better, we go after what's easiest. Like we know why various things happen, but it's easier to say Biden's running a bad economy. but that's not the facts. It's easier to point at the guy at the top and then just say everything's that person's fault and ignore all the factors underneath it. But I guess that's just how our politics run.
And that's the point of the list today.
I don't know now, but I'm gonna ride it out.
Mine, and another thing that made me mad about Clinton, not the affairs, because I thought y'all being stupid and hypocritical. Don't nobody care who he sleeps with. I literally could have.
He did not sleep with that woman.
She didn't sleep with him.
Okay, the women that he slept with.
The one he got,
Not
what was
named
saying,
Yeah,
him.
the one
inappropriate
he
relations.
got caught with. He didn't get caught because he
I'm
slept with
like,
her.
how y'all go? Y'all doing the same thing he doing, and you that I thought was stupid. But the alto sax, him playing that on the Arsenio Hall show, I'm like, dude, you all off key.
Wait a minute, wait. Say that again. I
When
apologize.
he went on the Arsenio Hall show and he played the alto saxophone.
So that was a bigger issue to you?
No, it was just
than
like an annoying thing. I'm just adding it because I said it's another annoying.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like the potato reference.
Yeah, it's like the potato reference.
Oh, okay.
It's annoying. Number 2 should be fairly easy for us to agree on. George W. Bush. Oh my goodness, the king of dumb things that come out of president's mouth. I don't know. I still can't figure out how he won. I still can't figure out. I can't. I literally can't. I'm like, wait a minute. He won because of
Who again?
George W. Bush, son
W? Oh, okay.
How did he win? The courts gave
Supreme
Florida
Court.
to him, man.
I'm talking about the second time. I know how he won the first time. I'm talking about the second time.
Because the president losing his incumbency is very hard.
I'm like, wait a minute. Not only did this guy use September the 11th to sign the Patriot Act, which, I'm not going to go on my 15 million thoughts on that act. He just said dumb things. He said,
he wasn't running the country. He could say whatever he wants to. That dude ain't never ran the country the 8 years that he was in office.
He did the same thing Trump did. He didn't run the country. The people who worked for him ran the country.
Yeah,
Bush never ran the country. Bush was
I'm like, basically after 9/11, I'm like, you're going after the wrong people. Saddam Hussein has nothing to do with the attacks on 9/11. Why are you going after that guy? He
tried to kill his daddy.
He should have just said that straight up instead of they have weapons of mass destruction. Where they at? We couldn't find them. And then just
my favorite dumb thing that the dude did was we won the war. No, we didn't. We're still here. As a matter of fact, thanks a lot for saying we won the war, considering that we did another 15 more years after that.
Yeah, 15 more. I'm like, that big old mission accomplished sign.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
I'm like,
dude, we're still there. What are you talking about?
He never
You're literally on a ship that had to turn back around and go back into war.
And how can one president be so bad that he makes us want that guy? I'm like, you have to, oh my gosh. I just remember thinking, America, it can't get no worse than this. It can't get no worse than this right here. Oh boy, was I wrong? I was wrong. Wrong. Okay, so I said this is gonna be a short one. I'm gonna get to my number 1. My worst president of my lifetime is Barack Obama. And I will tell you why I said he is the worst president. When he first ran, and take into account, I voted for him twice. I still don't know why I did it, but I did. First time I was like, oh, a Black president, that's gonna be great. We'll finally have somebody champion for our issues. Nope. He took hits for communities, which, okay, it makes sense. You took a hit when you said you were for gay marriage and gay marriage was made into law. Okay. You took a hit for the Dreamers. You never thought in your mind to take a hit for the Black community? And then you tell, when people say, you know, how can you aspire to be, you know, where you are, you tell young Black boys to pull their pants up. What is you talking about? What is you talking about? Oh, and when I get out of office, I'm going to do more, i.e., get a podcast, i.e., blame voters for things that they have no control over. But hey, it is what it is. That's my number one choice. That's what I'm sticking to. Don't care. You're not going to talk me out of it. That's my number one pick. And their silence, I have literally silenced them.
No, I'm being silent because there's really nothing for me to say to that. I now have a much better understanding of how you view politics, and that's all I needed.
Yeah, is he saying that in a negative connotation? Okay. Oh, and the whole I'm closing down Guantanamo Bay. Oh, well, it's not a priority anymore. What do you mean it's not a priority? Why did you say you're going to close it down? If you
all I say is this. Hi, everybody. For those who don't know, thank you so much for supporting Tracy and all the hard work that she does. I love her and her energy. I do not agree with any of the rankings that she had, but it's not for me to agree with. This is what she feels, and this is how she views her politics. That's all I got.
And Marlon is still dumbfounded because I think you both knew what my number one pick was.
And it doesn't make any sense, but it's okay.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
I'm not dumbfounded at all. I'm not. I'm sort of more or less like, yeah, I saw it coming. So, yeah. So,
I mean, there were some good. Well, no, really, I can't name nothing good. I'm like, well, yeah, I can. The rescuing of the economy.
Let me get this straight. And all right, because this is probably going to get me banned, everybody. You named 5 presidents.
Yes.
You eliminated Donald Trump from the list.
Right.
So that makes him not even of the top 5 worst. Then you eliminated Richard Nixon, the other president, to creditably be charged with impeachment. Okay, right. So we removed him as well. Then on the list we had Daddy Bush, which people have different views on that. Don't recall you going through Reagan.
Yeah, I did. Reagan was
okay. So he was what, number 4, maybe?
Yeah, Reagan was on there.
So out of all of that slate, the worst one is the first Black president who ended a war, got a
which war did he end?
I'm sorry, he didn't end the war. He wanted to end the war and didn't do it. You're right. But he got the American Care Act, no matter how you might feel about that. Got Osama bin Laden, however you might feel about that. Not my favorite guy, but had a scandal-free presidency. Huh?
He fixed the economy after Bush took 8 years to destroy
brought us out of a complete free fall, avoiding a depression so that we just had a recession. But all of that is not as bad. No, all of that is not worth offsetting people like Clinton, W.
Right. Okay. I'll explain my theory. I'll explain my theory of putting them first instead of fifth, because I thought about putting them fifth, and I'm like, no. With Obama, I expected more, not because he's Black. I'm gonna put it out there in this way, not because he's Black. It's what he can't. When you campaign on something, first of all, it opened my eyes to whatever a politician campaigns on, just ignore it because they're probably not going to do anything that they ever campaign on. Nixon, again, I was 8 months old when Nixon resigned. So I can't remember anything about his presidency except for he resigned. And I literally don't remember the day he resigned because I was 8 months old. So there's no way I could put Nixon on the list. I don't see, and I know you don't worship him, but I do know some Black people that do. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get how we let it pass that he totally messed us up on advancing Black politics in terms of Black issues. I'm like, where was it?
It's how you feel. This is your list. This is what you believe.
I love you, Tracy.
Apparently my pick is not setting well, but that's okay.
No, this is what you were going for. And I get it, but that's the best I got.
I can't think of anything else to say. I love you, Tracy.
Well, thank you, Marlon. And thank you too, Sid. And then after taping, y'all can tell me how crazy I am, but that's okay. Next week's topic is going to be more of the normative topics. I'm going to get back to more of the funner topics. That is not even a word. But the top 5, I think I'm gonna do top 5 cartoons that I grew up with will be next week. Yeah, I'll do that one next week. And then that way they're pretty much, I think my list, there's not gonna be too much argument to what number 1 is.
Yeah, it will.
No, it won't. Because
you and I both know.
No, you can't, because once I say what my number 1 is, you're gonna be like, yep, that's a good pick.
That's the best cartoon ever. It's the MVP. Yeah.
That's Bacon. And we already know Bacon is the MVP, but that's a whole nother video. Anyway, see, just tell everybody where we can find you.
Yeah. Every once in a while you'll find me on Tracy or Marlon show.
No complex mind, simple man, come on.
Well, I wasn't gonna plug that with this list, but
No! Okay, never mind then. Never mind. I'm on the boo-boo list.
You okay, Marlon?
I have finally done it.
I plug other people's stuff all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Marlon.
You can find me Saturdays at 9 p.m. Saturday Night Vibe every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And starting next week, I'll be back to Radical Truth to Power every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is more of my political show, which does not in any way, shape, or form endorse this list. So please tune in, because what's the saying? Our station, the views of this station is not in reflection of Radical Truth to Power.
You know I have control of the mute button, right? I hope you do know that. And you can find me, of course, the person who is unashamed of her opinions, will back her opinions with those things called receipts, who will not back down from what she believes. You can always find me at Tracy Media LLC at all forms. Remember, the scavenger hunt is coming up September the 3rd. The link is in the description section. I'll see you all next week and have a great day.